Hey, and welcome to my channel, all my loves. Tonight we are doing something a little bit different. I decided to use some candles as lighting and the lighting from my camera. So I just wanted to make it a little bit more relaxing for the atmosphere. And hopefully you will enjoy this reading just as much as all of my other readings that you guys enjoy. My name is Heather, and this is the Fluffy Oracle. This pick a card reading, as usual, is going to be all about what signs will you see before meeting your future spouse. So, for pile number 1, we have Cavanite. For pile number 2, we have the Super 7 Melody Stone. And for pile number 3, we have some peacock ore. Please feel free to take as much time as you need. Timestamps will be down below in the description box, as well as any information to book a private reading with me. And I will also have timestamps down below in the first comment as well for my mobile users to jump around to your allotted timestamp. So without further ado, we will go ahead and jump right in with the Cavanite. Alrighty, so for my loves who chose the Cavanite crystal, let's get into your cards. So right away we have Kangaroo with Gratitude. It reads, be grateful for all you are blessed with. The second card is Lizard with Dreamtime. Pay attention to your dreams and visions. And for the third card, we have Owl with Omens. Pay attention to signs. That couldn't be more fitting for this reading with paying attention to the signs, because that is exactly what this reading is all about, is signs that you will be seeing before you meet your future spouse. So, I feel like with the Dreamtime card, you will be having kind of like visions of meeting this person. This person will be someone that you really haven't met before, except for seeing them in a dream. And then all of a sudden, I feel like you will kind of meet them in real life. And it'll be like a deja vu type of moment. And I feel like with the Omens card, that it's asking you to pay attention to those signs. I also feel like some of you will be seeing owls around. Even if they're just statues of owls, I feel like a lot of you will be seeing a lot of owls around you. For the Gratitude, I feel like once you are finally grateful for all the things that you have and you've accepted being just happy now and in the moment, that is when the timing will be a signal for you to know that the timing is right around the corner for you to meet your future spouse. So let's see what else we have. We have Color. And we have the Matrix. So within these cards, there's a lot of purple. And I also see a lot of yellows. So I feel like paying attention to those colors quite a lot will be drawing your attention the most. Because especially with the color card and the Matrix, I feel like you'll also be seeing a lot of kind of mandalas, because I'm really attracted to the image in the card, how it looks almost like a mandala effect. And I feel like you'll be seeing a lot of signs and things with those type of colors in them. And I feel like some of you will also be seeing like pictures of mountains and kind of feeling like you're drawn to wanting to kind of look at pictures with landscapes in them. I know it's kind of a weird thing, but it's what's jumping out to me the most. So we have Justice, Magical Powers, and we have Romance so far. Fives. Lots of fives I feel will also be popping up, because we have the number 5 here, and then 2 plus 3 equals 5 when you break it down. And that card is actually the Romance card. So I feel like your intuition will be kind of like lit on fire, and kind of like lots and lots of intuitive hits will be coming in around that time. And I feel like there will be an equal balance within your life. And I feel like that's when it'll bring in this soulmate of yours, your spouse. I'm like, I lost track of thought for a second there. And then we have Wisdom with the number 7. The number 7 is an auspicious number. It's a lot of luck. And I feel like some of you actually have been writing things down like in almost like a journal or a manifestation type of book. And I also feel like some of you have been doing some spell work with trying to draw on your spouse or your soulmate, with writing things down and then burning the paper. We have the Nine of Swords with anxiety. I'm not so much attracted to this part of the card. I'm really attracted to the image where she is removing her mask. And I feel like when you're finally able to let your guard down and to relax a bit and reveal who you truly are to the world, that's when you'll have this auspicious time come in, the successful time, and whatever you've written down for manifestation, I feel like it'll be able to finally come in for you. We have the Hanging One with perception, so which is the Hangman in this deck. So I feel like you'll be able to see things from a higher perspective. I also feel like some of you have been noticing rabbits as well, because I'm really attracted to the rabbit in this card. I'm not sure why, but that's what I'm drawn to. And then we have the Chariot with motion. So once you're able to see things from a higher perspective, it will cause a lot of forward motion in a very, very fast and transformative way. And we have another number 7. So that's another number to look out for, is number 7s. I've been noticing a lot of number 7s myself lately, but number 7s means something completely different for me. We have the Emperor with sovereignty. I feel like you'll finally not feel so alone and so kind of like out there by yourselves. But I also feel for some of you that this person will come into your life at a time where you are alone and where you are happy and comfortable with being alone as well. We have the Two of Swords. I feel like once you've made that choice to be happy with being alone, that's what's going to help draw this person in and bring your two souls connected together. And it'll lead you to the Ten of Cups with contentment, with being happy. I feel like all of this together, with you being in that happy and that higher vibrational state of mind, will help manifest things a lot quicker for you as well, with everything that you've been trying to pull in. We have Death and the Maiden. Invasion, boundaries violated, dominance. Once you are able to conquer these fears of being alone and getting used to it and being happy with where you are and with who you are at that time, it will finally get rid of any loneliness feeling, any kind of like sadness within your hearts. And then we have Storm Angel, with collision of beliefs, styles, attitudes, and energies. So with this merging of energies and finally coming into your own and accepting everything and being grateful for everything you have, it'll cause this massive transformation. And before you know it, this person will be right beside you and you'll be able to make that connection with the sparks between you. A twist in the tail. The unexpected, a change you did not see coming. So expect the unexpected when this happens. Because with all this transformation and change, and that's another number 7 because the card is 34, so 3 and 4 is 7. So lots and lots of 7s. So definitely a lot of unexpected surprises, a lot of unexpected success, and a lot of happy times are ahead, especially with all these signs coming in. And then we have Fiona and the Unicorn, the gift of sacred sight. So your intuition is going to definitely be leading you in the right direction, and it's going to be definitely going off and pinging you with all these signs and synchronicities coming in. And then we have the Snake Princess, the serpentine path to power. So with this, I feel like with all this foreknowledge and wisdom that you've just gained from this reading, it's kind of like a leg up and kind of almost like a little bit of a cheat sheet. And that's kind of like a confirmation with this card, is what I feel. So these are your messages. I do hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, that information again will be down below. Thank you guys so much for liking and subscribing to my channel, and I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Have a blessed one, and I will see you next time. Alrighty, so for my Love Suitros pile number 2, the 7 Melody Stone. Well, Sacred 7 Melody Stone. We have Pelican with forgiveness, Antelope with decisiveness, and Seal with imagination. The imagination card reads, immerse yourself in artistic and creative expression. The decisive card with the antelope reads, make a decision and take appropriate action. And the Pelican forgiveness card reads, let go of your judgments. So right away, I'm attracted to the forgiveness card. I feel like letting go of the past and releasing your exes is going to be what's helping you to bring in this new soulmate, well, your spouse, which would be considered a new soulmate. But regardless, I feel like once you're able to let go of the past and also forgive yourself, that'll make way and be kind of like a small but kind of pivotal moment in your life towards meeting your new spouse or your future spouse. For some of you, this may be a new spouse because I feel like some of you may have been married before and then divorced for this part. I feel like you had to make some really tough decisions as well coming up soon. But I feel like some of you will be attracted to releasing any kind of emotional stress and whatnot through art and kind of like maybe listening to some music, painting, writing, anything to do with kind of being really attracted to doing art and releasing a lot of things that no longer serve you. I feel will be kind of like a small but non-noticeable sign because it's not something you would think of as a sign for someone having a spouse come into your life. But it's at a time in your life where you're kind of feeling you're most free and you're finally kind of letting go of everything that no longer serves you, that hurts you from the past, and you're releasing that and making room for something better to come in. So let's see what else we have. We have heart and soul. And we have gratitude. With all this healing and being grateful for everything that you've finally been able to release and let go, I feel like it'll have this new spark of passion within you, and it'll help you to feel a little bit lighter and a higher vibration, which will help to drive more of this soulmate, this future spouse, towards you. It'll be like a homing beacon for them to pick up on with your vibrational state. And it'll also signal the universe that you're ready and that you're open to receiving and that you're grateful for everything that you do have, and then the universe will in turn bless you with more. Aphrodite's love spell. Passion with number 11, and we have number 1. So lots of 1s and 11s for you guys so far for numbers. Confidence with 32, which broken down comes into 5, which means changes, positive changes in outlooks. Lots of new and reignited passion for life and confidence within yourself, which in turn makes you look more beautiful on the outside as well as on the inside, and you shine your beautiful light out into the world for people to see by indulging in that side of yourself. And it makes you all that much smarter. Some men actually like, or women, vice versa, however you choose to believe this or see this. Some people like to have a brain more than the outside appearance, although sometimes the outside appearance does have, a little bit of an effect on it, but some are more attracted to the personality and the wisdom that they have. We have mermaid magic seduction. So I feel like having what some people denote as a bigger brain makes you more magical and sexual and seductive for having that smartness about you, that quick-witted kind of, I'm trying to put this the only way I know how. I'm just like a loss for words at the moment. And I'm like, I know what I want to say, but I feel like it makes you more attractive having a bigger brain and being able to flex that muscle. I'll put it that way. The Empress with creativity. So with all this creative nurturing of yourself and kind of flexing that big, beautiful brain that you have, and kind of also with the creativity that you've been putting outward in order to raise your vibration and nurturing yourself, it's going to make things a little bit easier for you to raise your vibration and to nurture this connection and to nurture the manifestation for it to come in. We have Queen of Wands with determination. I believe that's Aries. Yep. I feel like it'll also be around a time of a blood moon because I'm really attracted to the red moon in this picture. It could also be during an Aries season when you're about to meet this person for them to come in, so please pay attention to that. I also feel like one of their favorite colors is going to be red. I know this is kind of a little off track, but I'm really attracted to that, and I figure the more you know, the easier it is for you to figure out who this person is. The Justice, another 11, with equality. Opposites attract is what I hear with this, because the two women in this card are opposite. One is light, one is dark, but it doesn't matter. Opposites attract, and they can make for the best relationships that you could possibly ever have. And it's also what makes you special to one another. And it also has an equal balance within the relationship. Six of Wands with victory. Lots of transformation and success will be around you at that time as well. And also I feel that a lot of butterflies, pay attention to those as another sign and symbol, because I also feel like some of you will be seeing monarchs and some of you will be seeing different types of butterflies. It doesn't even matter if it's like a moth as well. Even though a moth isn't a butterfly, I feel like some of you might end up seeing moths as well. And then we have Four of Swords with repose. With the repose card and the Four of Cords, once you've cut the cords from your ex and released them, it'll help you to rest and rejuvenate and finally come back to life and be yourself all over again and be able to be your most authentic, greatest, and highest self is what I feel in here with this card. We have Shallow Grave. You miss someone. I feel like, and more butterflies. With this card, I feel like your soul is calling out to this person internally because I feel like you're missing the other half. And I feel like that's another sign where that person is close to you and coming towards you. So pay attention to that. And then we have Voodoo in Blue, back off, with 22. I feel like the 22 is really standing out to me, and the color blue a lot. I feel like you'll be noticing a lot more blue, or you'll be wearing a lot more blue. And that's kind of like denoting where you're able to kind of step into your power and also speak your mind and speak your truth, excuse me. Not so much as giving off a loner vibe, but I also feel like it will be during a time where you're able to be okay with being by yourself. A beautiful little worm. Take care of yourself. Lots and lots of butterfly symbology in these cards. I also feel like some white roses might catch your attention for some of you, only some of you. And I also feel like there's a sense of innocence about this card. I feel like when you're able to accept that you are still like a beautiful, innocent, vibrant human being, I feel like that will kind of excel in like kind of radiating outwards and drawing this person towards you, because to them you'll be like a beautiful rose, like the most perfect and pure is what I get with this, because it's white and pink, and white to me symbolizes purity. You are unlike anyone else. Your contradictions and complexities are interesting. So a lot of self-care. I feel like when you're kind of like really feeling yourself and putting more effort into how beautiful you look on the outside and bringing your beauty from the inside out is going to be kind of like a small but interesting sign for you to pay attention to. And I feel like once you also accept your uniqueness and you're able to express that outwards, it's another quality that will attract them to you. And then we have little brother, little sister. Siblings, younger friends, responsibility. So I feel like owning your responsibilities to yourself and respecting yourself instead of kind of feeling like you have to take care of the rest of the world, like you have to sacrifice for someone else when you really don't. The only person you really need to sacrifice for is yourself. You need to kind of put yourself first sometimes. It's okay to feel that way. It's not selfish at all. But also having that nurturing quality about you is one thing that makes you very attractive. And I also feel for some of you that you might actually know this person already. You just would never see or expect it from them. And I feel like they would be coming in to tell you eventually because they feel like you're the person that they can come to and lean on. So pay attention to someone who's kind of confiding in you quite a bit, especially if they seem to be almost a little flirtatious or a little bit touchy-feely, because I feel like they want to just cuddle you and just be in your presence. That's another sign as well for you to pay attention to and notice. So these are your messages. I do hope that you enjoyed this reading. Know that I love you, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for liking and subscribing to my channel if you're new here. If you would like to book a personal reading, that information again is down below in the description box. And have a blessed one. Alrighty, so for my loves who chose pile number 3, the Peacock Oar, let's get into your messages. So the first card is Authority with Moose. The second card is Coyote with Wise Fool. And the third card is Dove with Serenity. The card reads, Slow down, pause, and breathe for the Serenity card. The Coyote card reads, Accept your follies and find the teaching in them. And the Moose card, Authority, reads, You know what's best for you. So for some of you, I feel like some of you might actually notice doves or at least white birds a lot around you, and some feathers as well as a sign. I also feel like some of you, once you're able to kind of like step back into your power and see things from a higher perspective with the Wise Fool card, I feel like it'll give you a higher insight and it'll kind of help you to notice that you're able to stand more on your own and that you deserve nothing but loyalty. We have Love. That couldn't be more perfect for this. And then we have Surrender. When you are able to finally let your guard down and surrender peacefully and finally let love in, that will draw this person into you. That will be kind of like a subtle, but it is a sign. It is a very subtle one, but it is one for you to pay attention to, because these readings are kind of like a cheat sheet or a little bit of like a study guide and a little bit of a help or leg up. I feel like some of you will be noticing lilies or at least yellow flowers quite a lot lately, or when this person is near to coming in for you, whenever your future spouse is near. But this is also during a time when you are able to peacefully surrender to allowing to your heart to open up again and to let love in and to finally accept and receive love. We have Victory, Abundance, and we have Divine Guidance. Just going to take a second here. Alright, so with these cards, I feel like when you're finally able to give in to your emotions and go with the flow, I feel like you are finally in the flow and in alignment with this divine guidance. And you're able to kind of finally notice all the abundance of love around you and receive it. And it'll kind of come in almost like a flood is what I hear. And I feel like this will be quite a successful time for you. I feel like noticing the number 2. 38 breaks down to 11. And 35 breaks down to 8. So 11 is a master number, so that is quite in alignment with divine guidance. So some of you might be noticing, as always, the number 11. A lot of you seem to be noticing number 2s I hear lately. 8 is a number to really pay attention to, though, mostly when you're seeking abundance and monetary value. And there is coins in this card with the abundance. I feel like some of you will be kind of having a very successful time where you will have everything that you actually possibly need, and you won't really be thinking about what you need anymore. You'll be feeling like, can this get any better? And the universe will then reach back and say, yes, it can. And it will then bless you again with even more abundance. I also feel drawn to these flowers right here, these white flowers. Again, with the flowers, so pay attention to lots and lots of flowers around you. Even if it's not your favorite flower, it doesn't matter. I feel like a lot of you will be noticing a lot of flowers a little bit more lately. We have courage, another 8. So pay attention to the 8 as well. And then we have success. So focus a little bit more during your meditations and pay attention to the divine guidance that you're receiving during the meditation times, as well as the visions. And some of you, I feel, are clairaudient, so pay attention to the messages that you are hearing at that time during meditation. We have the wheel. So I feel like during this time, it's kind of going to make you feel like you're taking a big risk, but it's fine. Success is in your favor, and luck is in your favor as well with the wheel, with changes, and the dice. Because I'm really attracted to the dice, and guess what? 2, 2, and then, let's see, we have some 4s on there as well. But lots of 2s, a couple of 4s, and then we have 12 over here, which breaks down to 3. And then you have 12 over here, which breaks down to 3. So lots of numbers to pay attention to around that time. And I feel like when you're able to make this transformation, because I'm really attracted to the butterfly wing, and just take this risk and just make a roll of the dice, I feel like it will be the best decision you've ever had. But I also feel like you are going to have a lot of courage when you're able to do this, because I'm paying attention to the dragon here as well. 5 of Swords with defeat. Try not to focus on the lack. Know that any past mistakes are just that, past mistakes, and time for you to let them go and release them, because they no longer serve you. So when you're able to forgive yourself for that, with the forgiveness card from the beginning, I feel like that will be another sign and kind of give you that little bit of edge and that kind of courageous feeling to keep you going forward and to understand and have faith and believe in yourself. We have Page of Wands with venture. This is all going to be new for you. I feel like all these new experiences are kind of going to give you that teaching and that transitional lesson that you most need to have right at that point in your life when this new spouse is going to be coming in. Because I feel like it's going to make a lot of big changes for you. And I know it's a big risk, but it's one that's going to be successful for you. We have Queen of Swords with fairness. It's going to be a major decision for you in your life, because I'm really attracted to the scales and the fact that she's a Libra, and the Libra tattoo really stands out to me in this card. I also feel like it will also be at a time where you will be asking and doing things during the new moon phase with the next full moon phase during that time, where you'll be able to kind of manifest everything that it is that you want and finally make clean and clear and concise decisions and be able to speak your truth and cut out what no longer serves you. We have the Eight of Wands with message. Lots of guidance will be coming through, lots of communication, especially spiritual communication, because I'm attracted to how the cat in this picture looks almost like a ghost, where its legs fade out like this. So I feel like a lot of spiritual communication. So this connection with this new spouse or this future spouse, I feel like would be more of a higher soul level connection. A lot of people give this labels like twin flame, divine soulmate, divine masculine, divine feminine, all of that. For me, it's just a very, very close soulmate connection. It doesn't matter what the title is. It's someone that's meant to be in your life. It's someone that's meant for you. It's your one. It's your new spouse or your future spouse. However you define it, that person is for you. That's your person. And you will be receiving a lot of messages at that time. And another 8. I am Kali. From death comes rebirth, with the number 13, which breaks down to 4, which means your guides will be surrounding you a lot at this time and helping you during that time to make the necessary changes and to release what no longer serves you and to help you with forgiveness. Kali is the death card, and Kali is the goddess of death, and she also comes to help you with releasing what no longer serves you and taking away all of those burdens and cutting them out of your life so that you can make room for the new to come in. Funny story though, for a side note, this card, when I first got this deck, the Shadows and Light deck, was the very first card that actually literally flew out of this deck that I asked for what card would represent myself at that time. Which is funny because 13 is also the death card in Tarot. And it's also the symbology and card for the Scorpion, which I am a Scorpio. Sorry, I know, I digress. But anyway, we have Marie Masquerade, Glamour, Intrigue, Drama. When you are drama-free and your life has finally made that transition, because we have the number 14, which breaking that down comes to a number 5, and you're finally able to move on and make these most necessary transitions in your life and release any drama and old issues that no longer serve you. It's another time in your life where it's going to be a small, very subtle sign where you're able to finally be your true and authentic self and be comfortable with being that. It's something for you to pay attention to. 2 kittens you must choose. I feel like there's going to be a very important choice in your life that you're going to have to make, whether to stay or go and release what no longer serves you, especially if it's a crappy relationship that's kind of just a very dead-end relationship for some of you, is what I feel with this card. I feel like when you're finally able to make that choice and release it and let go, it will make room finally for the new to come in. I feel like also some of you will be seeing a lot of cats or have a lot of cats drawn to you. Even if they're strays, I feel like cats will be surrounding you and kind of trying to help you de-stress at that time. Deep dark sea maid, or mermaid, excuse me. Deep dark sea mermaid. I keep wanting to say sea maid. Sorry. Find solutions in the unknown places in the darkness. When you are finally able to see a light at the end of the tunnel, at the end of your situations, and make your way through that, know that that's another sign that things are finally coming into fruition and that spouse is right around the corner and closer than you think. And then we have a time to say goodbye. Something is about to end for now, other than this reading. But anyways, once you've made this choice and said goodbye to this old partner and all the old past and things that no longer serve you, and you're able to finally release and forgive yourself and move on, it will finally be time for your new soulmate or your new spouse, or future spouse, however it is you choose to call it, for them to come into your life and to give you that newfound courage and passion and that newfound zest for life that you so rightfully deserve. So, these are your messages. I do hope that you enjoyed this reading. Remember that these are just a general reading and that not everything will resonate. And if you would like to book a personal reading below, that information is down in the description box for your convenience. So, thanks and have a blessed one, and I will see you next reading.